Blessed day to you, all my sports to the bone people. Back at it again with another video. Thank you all for checking this one out. So, as you know, Floyd Reifer is our batting coach. And, I was listening to him earlier today. He was talking about our ODI setup and how is it that we have managed to put together some good performances over the last 18 months or so. Remember, we were victorious in an ODI series against Pakistan recently. And I think that was first time in 32 years that we were able to secure an ODI series win against Pakistan. So he was talking about a few players saying that they are the cream of the middle order and, how the team is working. So we're going to take a look at a couple of these things that he was saying. So just give a listening ear until the end and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Now, one thing you would realize with this West Indies ODI squad is that majority of the players here, they have been working with them in over the last few ODI series. And that is something that batting coach Floyd Reifer spoke about. He said that guys have been there for a while and, they have been playing together since 2023. So that is something that has really helped the team in terms of, us going out there and knowing each other's game and what to expect on the field. Now, he spoke about roles. That is something that Sammy was very big on when he came in, when he was introduced to as our new coach. He spoke about wanting to put guys into different roles. One person that Floyd Reifer, identified was Casey Carty, saying that Casey Carty was someone that they identified and said, this is the role that they want him to play. And luckily, he has grabbed it with both hands, scoring runs for us and, basically being consistent. Now, as it relates to the core of the batting, or as Raymond Reifer, why am I saying Raymond Reifer, or as Floyd Reifer call it, the cream of the middle order. Now, he says that Casey Carty, Shea Hope, and Sheffield Rutherford, those guys are the cream of the middle order. And those are the players that they are really depending on in terms of, doing the bulk of scoring for us. Talking about their average, averages, saying that they have good averages and they strike the ball pretty well, pretty high strike rate. So when they are scoring runs, they are going at a good little rate, So according to Floyd Reifer, our cream of the middle order is Shea Hope, Casey Carty, and Sheffield Rutherford. And if we're being honest, when these guys are in form, they are really the ones that we have been depending on. Since Casey Carty made his ODI debut, he hasn't really done too badly at all. He's doing well for himself and the team. Shea Hope speaks for himself. Man is averaging 50, one of the best ODI players going around right now. And Sheffield Rutherford actually started off pretty well. Unfortunately, he's having a tough time. He's going through a rough patch right now. But Floyd Reifer still identified him. So you can almost get your answer as to whether or not he's going to be a part of the playing 11 tonight. So we will have to wait and see, though. But we still have to wait and see. Now, Floyd Reifer also spoke about the batting at the top of the order, saying that at the top we have had players doing good, right? We have had players doing good at the top over the last few months. So, that is something that they're expected to continue. They're expecting to continue. Obviously, Brandon King has been rotated out. John Campbell is in now. And I would assume he will be paired with Alec Arthenis at the top. So, with the cream of the middle order, as he referred to it, with coupled with the guys at the top, you would expect them to put on some runs based on how Floyd Reifer is talking. The batting coach, remember, is the batting coach. So he sounds confident, sounds as if he is ready to see his guys go out there and put some runs on the board. He said that things are really falling into place nicely and, guys are gelling together well. So, he's expecting the players to really go out there and give a good showing. So, yeah, that is what our batting coach Floyd Reifer was saying. That we are in a good place, and he's expecting the cream of the middle order plus the top order to really chip in and set up the game for us. So that is a Floyd Reifer. Now, before we finish up, my people, I just want to talk some keys to victory. Yes, keys to victory, keys to victory. Always keys to victory. Our last ODI series, well, we played Pakistan, right? We went up against Pakistan. Luckily for us, not even luckily, the guys won that series, and they, got us out of that drought. It was I think at the top of the video I said 32 years, actually 34 a year, right? 34 a year wait since we have won Pakistan in a ODI series, right? Luckily, we were able to put that record behind us, winning that series 2-1. So we are hoping that the guys will go out there with that momentum and really and truly just go to work and see where they are. I was looking into it, and I was saying that we have to score runs if we're batting first. In ODIs these days, nothing under 350, 360 cannot be considered safe. Teams these days are chasing down 380, 390, 400 with ease. With so many players playing T20 and still being technically gifted, right? They can strike the ball hard, but they still have good enough technique to survive long enough. Teams can easily put 380, 390, 400 on the board. But we're going up against a number 2 ranked team, so I'm not saying we're just going we're going to just turn them over like that. I'm thinking that if we're batting first, we have to aim for around about 350, 360, and then we ask our bowlers to try and see if they can work with that. You understand? That is not too much to ask of the batsmen. Looking at it and comparing the teams, it probably, I say it's not too much to ask, but comparing the teams and where we're at, we might be expecting too much against a team like New Zealand. But if we can put together a good 350, 60, somewhere there about, that is something that our bowlers could work with. Now, if we're bowling first, we still can't ask the bowlers to go and create miracles. Obviously, if they bowl them out for an under par score, we're happy. But, we have to give them something reasonable to aim for and hope that our batsmen can go and get it. So we would be looking at around about 280, right? 280. If we can get them for 280, they're about 285. That is something that I would say that's job well done by the bowlers. And then we would have to trust our batsmen to go out there and try to get it. Now, one thing that I need to mention is we need to bat out the 50 overs. If we are batting first, that is a must. We have to bat out the 50 overs. Even if we're not scoring at the speed of light, because I know they like to try and do that. If we're not scoring at the speed of light, we still need to bat out the 50 overs. We need to bat out the 50 overs, right? And try to see if we can maximize and get as many as we can. If we're bowling first, as I said, we have to try to get them for 280, 285 thereabout. And one part that I cannot neglect, the feeling, we have to be on point. You understand? Doesn't matter the conditions, what's happening, we have to be on point. We have to take the catches. Can't let balls just rolling under our foot and them thing. We have to be on point if we're going to secure this one. Or not even say secure, but if we're going to really and truly put up a good fight. Need to bat out the overs, need to back up the field. The bowlers have to take the catches. They keep on saying catches win matches. That is something that I grew up hearing, right? We have to take the catches. We have to support the bowlers. Nothing hurts more than a bowler come and nick off a man and, would get him for cheap. The catch go down and then the next 2-3 balls, boundaries, and then the bowler just gets thrown off and, what would have been a good spell just end up going down the wrong road because of some lackluster feelings. So we have to get that right. against Pakistan in August. We 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 did the last game to win the series 2-1. We won that there by 202 runs, which was pretty good. We scored 294 for 6. Right, the second game we scored 184. But Pakistan Pakistan scored 171. So the target was 181. So we won that game. That was game 1. Game 3. Let's just look at it. Well, that was game 2. Game 1, we lost that one. We scored 280 runs. 280 runs. So just asking for some more, a little bit more over than that 280 to see if we can put up a challenge. As I said, we might be asking them for too much, going up against New Zealand to score 350, but I'm saying that is what is safe, or not even safe, but that is a reasonable total there that you can say, the bowlers should go out there and do their thing with. So, a whole lot of things to say, my people, but we wait on the game later on tonight. Big up on yourself, my people. Go and stay safe. Bless up.